as
You're
it
giving it the big one, Jace. Your team was
Spurs,
shocking tonight as well.
So you play Newcastle at home on the Sunday the 23rd. You could do it the day before. Saturday the 22nd. We won the transfer window.
Jace, you drew 0-0 with Brentford. You should have lost the game. You were woeful.
So Saturday the 28th, you got
so let's not get carried away. Hold on.
You got
League table.
I'll compare
Arsenal, Man City, Tottenham.
Saturday the
Chelsea.
28th of October.
You cannot say anything. You can't say nothing.
What?
You're still behind us in the league.
We won the transfer window.
Behind us in the league.
A DVD will be made of that. That'll be ready and available on the day. Saturday the 28th, or you can always push it back. No, Arsenal. Arsenal top of the table. Oh dear, that's going to hurt if you're doing the trophy.
By the way, we've got to talk about... Look, Manchester United were absolutely fantastic tonight. The best performance of the season so far for Manchester United. Ronaldo, Jason, 89th minute. Not all the subs have been made.
Right.
Walks down the tunnel. And you know the tunnel at Old Trafford because you've played there.
Saturday the 5th on Bonfire Night. You can do that. You can have fireworks. Do that. You're at home to Liverpool next day. What do you reckon?
Can you shut up?
We won. Well, tell you what you do. You do a double trophy lift when Liverpool.
Look, just because you're feeling under the weather, you're just trying to, get into me to make yourself feel better.
Saturday the 5th.
I want to talk to you about Ronaldo.
I know, I'm being silly, mate. Go on.
Ronaldo walks down the tunnel on the 89th minute.
Yes, you've told me this.
It's a disgrace. It's the best performance of the season from Man United so far. And Ronaldo walks off down the tunnel. And it's not, the tunnel's not right by the dugout. You've got to walk. You've got to walk the length of the pitch almost.
Yeah, it's all for show. I
know, but it's not good enough. How disrespectful is that to your teammates?
Okay, so you asked me why I wouldn't take Ronaldo, right? Remember that conversation? I wouldn't take him. The baggage, and he is a brilliant footballer. He'll score goals. But that's the reason. Ten Hag has still got a problem with him. In January can't come quick enough for Ten Hag. To move him on. He wants to move on. There's petulance, he thinks. And what does that do to other players? So it's one thing him being... No doubt he's a brilliant influence in the dressing room to young kids, right?
Well, he hasn't shown that, though, has he? Is he?
No, but privately, I'm guessing he is because he's a brilliant pro. But the petulance, showing it publicly, that's not on.
It's
that's
not good enough.
Fair.
If you're a young player and you're looking up to Cristiano Ronaldo and you're seeing him walk down the tunnel
in
the 89th minute.
That's not fair. I'd love to know what Man United fans that were sat. There's a number of fans that sit along that corridor, and behind that is Stretford in there. I think it might be.
Yeah, maybe.
Him to do that during the game, he's slapping him around the face. Ten Hag. He's questioning his authority, and he's publicly giving a little around the chops.
Yeah, it's not good enough, especially on a night like tonight. It's a big result that for Manchester United. Let's go to Bob, who's a Man United fan. All right, Bob.
All right, Bob.
All right, guys. Thanks for last week when I got caller of the week. You allowed me to speak, and I was very privileged to share that conversation with you guys.
Did you win the 250 or the 500?
Oh, the 500.
It's amazing. Every week's 500. I mean, the luck of the draw, obviously.
Good work, Bob.
Cheers. You've got to listen back. But anyway,
I absolutely will do nothing of the kind. But anyway, carry on.
Go on. What do you want to say?
Right, I'm quite happy with United's performance today.
Right.
But what I'm not happy with, I've been doing some stats. In the last 3 games Manchester United have played, they've created 77 goal attempts with only a conversion rate of 3 goals, and that should be alarming.
It's not alarming though, really, is it, Bob? Because look, you've won tonight. You're sensational, and you're creating a chance. I'd rather have 71 attempts on goal than be Tottenham right now and have 20% possession and hardly have a shot on target.
I know what you're saying, but at the same time, when you're looking at the players that are scoring these goals, the Fred, Matt Tominer, and Bruno Fernandes popped up with a goal, and I think he'll pop up with a few more. But when these guys are getting the goals for United, and they dry up, which they will, we've got no one prolific enough that's going to bag us 20 or 30 goals, I don't believe. So what we're going to do, are we going to wait and then do a last-minute buy like we always do and bring, Marko and Nitrovic to United? Because we seem to be doing this. We never take risks. You've got a top player in Italy called Raspadori.
Yep.
He's going to be the golden boy of Italian football.
Yep.
They don't go and get Raspadori. Instead, they're going to get a 36-year-old, 38-year-old who's going to give 1 or 2 seasons at Old Trafford. Cavani, exactly. We did with Cavani. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. We did with him.
Bob, what did you make of Ronaldo's comments? Not comments, but the way he walked off down the tunnel tonight in the 89th minute?
Well, I was listening to the commentary, so the guy wasn't happy about Ronaldo, but you've got to bear in mind that United are winning 2-0. Keep the confidence, morale. At the end of the game, they could have all shaked hands, whatever's going on, because we don't know what's going on in the dressing room, what the spats are about, or is it just Ronaldo's antics on the pitch? I don't know. But at least bring him on for 5 minutes. He's not getting any younger. He deserves to be on that pitch for his merit of his footballing talent.
Yeah, but what's the point in putting on Ronaldo for 5 minutes?
You don't make subs like that. The game's not won. How many times have you seen a 2-0 lead slip to 2-2? It happens in football. You can't be. You can be no sentiment in football, Rob. You can't do that.
I would have took him off for Rashford.
Yeah, but you can't. What you've just said is just give him that. You don't do that in football. There is no room for sentiment.
No, I'm on about when he's 2-0. Of course you do.
No, why?
No, you don't. You don't do
Sorry,
it, Bob. Not 2-0.
Sorry, Rob. You know what happened in '99 in the new camp? Yeah, imagine they were 2-0 up by Munich. They start throwing people on. It would have been a draw.
Yeah, but you're playing Tottenham Hotspurs. Let's get it right. You all build up Harry Kane like he's, I don't know.
All right, but the game's not won, Bob. The game's not won.
It's not won.
So you can't put him on for sentiment.
Bob, you can't be doing that, Bob. Bob, you can't, mate. Bob, you'll never make a manager, mate. You can't be doing that.
No, fair enough. But I tried to phone up last night because I wanted to talk about Harry Kane. Right. Now, the guy is spending most of his time at the moment trying to win penalties and score goals. And I find that alarming, especially England going into the World Cup, relying on Harry Kane. And it's evident it's happening to Spurs.
No, I disagree with that, Bob. I do. I really do. Bob, but thanks for your call. Ten Hag, we will hear from Ten Hag, but I can tell you that he has been asked about the Ronaldo situation. He said that he didn't give him permission to go down the tunnel and he will deal with it tomorrow. Let's go to Dan, who's a Spurs fan. All right, Dan?
Dan?
No, not really.
Dan?
Jace.
All right, Dan?
All right, Dan. What's not really?
Well,
it's not really. Who was speaking to you? What was
your wind up? Do you know that?
Why was the answer not really?
Why do you think? Ask Jamie the same question.
No, but no one asked you a question. You just said not really. What was not really the answer to? Was the answer to? Do you like Jason Cundy?
Not really.
No, not really.
Dan, talk me through it, mate. I mean, it was a painful watch. That I feel sorry for the Tottenham fans that have travelled up there.
Germany would have rather watched paint dry this evening. It was so bad. I mean, from like the midfield, we were giving them far too much space. Basuma, I don't know what he was doing. He looked like he was on another planet. Just the way that we kind of like lined up from sort of start to finish, there was no service to like Son or Kane. You know, we were just giving them far too much space. It's like you said earlier. You know, you can't give Man United space like that. Not when you got players like Casemiro and Martinez, like. You know, attacking at you. It's kind of you can't sit back and let them do that because they will score. And just like defensively, everything we were just so bad. It's and Conte, he needs to kind of make a decision sooner rather than later. It's like you said, we had Lucas sitting on the bench. I know we haven't got Kulusevski, and he's a big miss at the minute.
And Richarlison.
Yeah, and Richarlison. And the thing is, you know, he instead of in like the 70th minute. He brought on Sessegnon and Skip. I'm not being funny. I mean, the boys just... 80th minute. They're still young lads, and they're not going to go and change a game. We need to change it and go and attack. And
but what I didn't understand, though, Dan, was the game... Like, we went 2-0 down. He should have made subs when it was 1-0, because nothing was changing. Yeah. We were miles off it. So I'm thinking it was crying out to make a change. Go 3-4-3, make a couple of changes. Bring Sess on. You know, bring Lucas Moura on for Bissouma. Go 3-4-3 and have a go. I'd rather get beat 4-5. Goes 2-0. I'm thinking, right, he has to make a change now. And he still didn't make a change.
I know, and it could have been 3-0 because there was that goal that was offside from Fernandes. I mean, that was only slightly offside as well. It just, when it got to that point of 1-0, the change needed to be made. We needed to go attack him, right? But we still looked like, you know, it was men against boys tonight. You know, Lloris kept us in it.
He did.
We could have been done 7-0 if it went for him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Dan, thanks for your call.